A major earthquake shook the Caribbean nation of Haiti late today. It hit just 14 miles from the capital city, Port-au-Prince.
In northeastern Kenya, hundreds of residents are fleeing their homes after a deadly terrorist attack.
The earthquake rocked this impoverished Caribbean nation late this afternoon. The 7.0 quake was centered roughly 10 miles from the capital.
When terrorists attacked the Westgate Mall in Nairobi, Kenya last month,
the United Nations can confirm that the headquarters of the United Nations Stabilization Mission in Haiti, in Port-au-Prince, has sustained serious damage along with other UN installations.
The two leaders with me today will ensure that this is matched by a historic effort that extends beyond our government, because America has no greater resource than the strength and the compassion of the American people.
Reverend Wes Davis left the beaches of California in the early 1990s to pastor a small church in Kansas. He did this while sharing his knowledge and faith from around the world, from Haiti to Liberia to Hungary. Pastor Davis is the executive director of Stoa Ministries. Stoa in Greek means porch. In Solomon's day, people gathered on the area porches to discuss theology and their faith. Wes Davis is a man of faith who has made the world his porch, always striving to help others learn God's grace. Thank you for expanding your porch to the halls of Congress today.
Stoa is the Greek word for porch. Stoa was a place in the old days where they would gather between the sacred and the secular. You wouldn't go into the temple, but you could sit on the outside edges close to it. Those that from the temple would come out and they would have dialogue. It'd be like we think modern day coffee shop where people sit around and have a cup of coffee, talk whatever's on their heart. But it was a conversation that was meaningful, that moves people to go somewhere. And so the idea of Stoa really comes from this porch. But at the same time, accept someone who has a different philosophy, theology. But I figure if I can do that in a way that's kind and benevolent, then maybe we can be friends regardless of our differences, because we're humans. Stoa is that idea of we'll go to you and I'll sit on your porch and let's have a conversation.
I started following Stoa Ministries 2.5 years ago. I was really kind of interested in how these organizations work and function and what they really judge success on. Africa was an opportunity for me to follow Wes and see how he evaluates a new place that he's never been, and how best that Stoa can make an impact.
Africa is an amazing continent, and been in a couple different countries there. Pastor Mbumi is an amazing guy. He's smart, he's articulate, and that guy is passionate about his people.
Well, Nairobi has most of the majority of its population in the slums.
The Kibera slum was easily the most dangerous place I've ever been to this day. It's the second largest slum in the entire world.
Dysfunctional families, alcoholism, and then the major problem, of course, is AIDS, which is a huge killer in the area. So lots of orphans, lots of kids who have to fend for themselves.
Nairobi isn't even sure how many people are actually living within it. It could be anywhere from 750,000 people to 2 million, all living on $1 a day.
And then, of course, occasionally we have the police death squads that come in, just get rid of all the young criminals. No questions will be asked, because the community also knows that these are thugs, basically.
That is the kind of real danger you're facing over there. When we went, we were protected by the locals, and as we crawled through what is basically a city of wasteland.
But the smell, you just can't get over. It's human waste and smells like death.
You go there, and about a mile in, you find this little school and this church. It's just crazy to find hope in such a dark place, just this little flicker of hope.
Yeah, for us to be able to work well in the slum, basically we have had to befriend everybody, even those that are on the margin of society, the alcoholics, those that make moonshine, the young men who are into criminal activity. So all of those, we have actually made them our friends because of the model that we see in Jesus, that it is the sinners that really flocked to him. They know where we stand because we are preachers of the gospel.
So sometimes you may think that signs and wonders happen instantly, but I have seen signs and wonders in Kibera, one day at a time.
And so for us, it's not a burden. We don't look at it as a challenge. We in fact look at it as a source of great joy, that we can be in a very dark place like that, but know that Jesus Christ is walking with us, that he is ministering, using us as frail as we are. Yeah, so we are proud owners of 36 rooms in Kibera.
True, we need to talk theology and truth. That's critical. But we also have basic human needs that people can't really listen if they're in severe pain from a medical issue. So we now offer eye care, we offer medical care.
Some of them have never seen a doctor in their entire lives, and some of them never will get the chance to again. And we can just give them free health care, anything we can do to help.
What I wanted to do was impact their health in the greatest way possible. Give them a year's supply of vitamins for each child in the orphanage and the adults. I could help with that. I could make that better. And I felt like that's going to make a big impact for us.
We treat, as much as we can with eye drops and medications and that sort, but when you bring that precious gift of sight to people, it just changes their lives and changes ours right back.
The doctors that go with us, for one thing, are amazing. The things that they can do and the amount of people that they see just blows me away and amazes me, and they're just so gentle and kind. And
they're really trying to meet the physical needs of the people over there as well as their spiritual needs, and that is kind of a misconception that I think people don't really think about missionaries very often. They probably think that they're just over there giving out Bibles. Well, no, they're giving the ability to see so they can read their Bibles, and that's huge. That changes lives.
You've got somebody that can't read their Bible, and you make it so they can read their Bible. You can't measure that.
See their child and their family better, and that's the measure of it. There's no statistical analysis that can measure it like that can.
They didn't understand their world for 10 or 15 years, that only stuff up close is clear. Then I give them the glasses. Now they can see afar, and it's weird how going to a place like that will change your life.
And when you see the smile on their face, that's when you know boots on the ground works. People helping people is what makes a difference. Well, today we're here in Gonaives, Haiti. We're taking a team from Stoa Ministries, and we're getting ready to do a medical clinic this morning. Today we're seeing children from 2 different orphanages and the people from around the town. So come on in, take a look. This is Christ Compassion Orphanage, Gonaives. Have it gated in. We walk through the gates. And behold, the people. So when someone comes to one of our medical clinics, everyone gets seen. They take numbers, get in line, and they sit and wait. Some of them walk 2-3 hours. Some of them travel a couple days when they hear about it. Take a tap or a bus ride. Then they come, and some of these people will get numbers 9 o'clock in the morning and sit till 5 o'clock at night just to be seen by a medical team. This is our registration area. We have one of our American team members, a couple of the national gentlemen helping us interpret. They speak French Creole, and so we do a complete medical form, their birth date, their history, their medical problems, and we've got to get them registered. That way, once our doctors have seen them, they can follow up. That way, we give them good health care, and as we come back year to year, we can follow up on the things we've diagnosed, tend to the medical needs that we've helped cure and heal, and get to see the progress. And it's been really kind of cool to see the changes that have been made. This is our vital team. Blood pressure, respiration, temperature, pulse rate. This way we can see what else is going on. Yesterday we saw a gentleman that came in with 260 blood pressure. Immediately he went to the doctor and got him blood pressure medicine, probably saved his life. We call out their number, and then they come in here, and in here's the doctors. Let's go check out. Hello. Then we come over here, and then this is where the doctors have their exams, again with translator.
Okay. Has she felt the baby move yet? Okay. And it says here that you feel like the baby is not well. Why don't you think the baby is well?
And they do a full doctor exam. And then the doctors write the prescriptions that they need for their medications. Once they leave the doctors, they come over here to the pharmacy. And right here is where we dispense the medications. For example, right now, this lady's got some vitamins and antibiotics. And the little girl here is getting some children's vitamins. Need medication, they get medication. If they don't need medication, we give them a lollipop and they go on their way. And from there, come back out. And back out to live life in Haiti. It's as simple as that. People come, they hear about us, we give them free medical care, meeting people's physical needs to be able to get to their hearts. And there's a few Christians come here every year, and we come to a compound like this, and when they leave, they'll know that someone loves them because God first loved us. That's the vision, that's the mission. We go to them and we serve them. there's something greater at play. There's something greater at stake. Yes, we'll feed you, we'll put glasses on you, we'll help you see, help you read, give you pure water, but we don't want to stop there. We want to get to know people on a deeper level to say, what's happening with you and your Creator? What's happening with you and your world? What's happening with you and your society? Why do you think society's in such a mess and so broken? And imagine if you could have impact and have the possibility to change that and show the love and care of God.
Changing a nation is not automatic. It's a process, and a long process. God has a plan for us. That's why we still alive. I can see we are walking closer to the truth. We cannot see right now big change, but God is working underneath. And that's why we're doing ministry. I'm doing ministry, changing the heart of the people so they can change the environment. It's not easy, but from hardship, I can see some good things happen in the life.
Seeing hundreds in a medical clinic, being able to give 200, 300, 400 people glasses, some people who never have been able to see before, just so many different ways it can be measured, but it's all successful.
We're very humbled to get to be a part of this. This is don't get us wrong, this is not a look who we are and look what we've done, because it's not. We are so humbled and grateful that God has allowed us to be a part of this.
Following Wes Davis and Stoa Ministries has been the honor of a lifetime. And these aren't vacations. They are over there to serve people, and that is what makes this story so special.
I don't have any aspirations to be anything different. I don't have any desire to have volume or place or prominence. Recognize that this is what we want to be doing. We want to live our lives not in fear, but how would God want us to live no matter what?